I guess we can't really worry about it right now. How have you been, by the way, Gimmick? You mean you've been, I guess, online for the last 6 weeks? What have you learned?
Oh, there is a lot of information and cool things. I saw Frita and Fatilla like 6 times. It's a really good movie.
It is a good movie. I watched the first one so many times when I was younger.
Well, I noticed that for some reason there aren't too many movies that have Rallo in them.
Well, yes, that's because we are a very young race into the Citadel space, at least. We didn't start meeting other other beings in the galaxy until very recently, within the last a little bit more than 10 years.
Oh, but did you have movies in your planet before coming here?
Oh yes, of course we had movies. Yes, maybe I should show you some of the ones that I watched as a child.
Oh, that would be interesting. But I also wanted to ask why. I mean, a lot of people seem to be mad towards you for some reason. Why do you still come here?
Oh, it's because a lot of people in the universe, they. Do you remember when that Solarian, not lizard person, that Solarian Shias Lazim, I think was her name? She explained to you who the Reapers were? Well, when the Reapers came, by that point, my people, we were only a part of the Citadel space for a year. And when the Reapers arrived, our people thought that it would be best if we sort of cut ourselves off and stayed on our planet and just pretended that we were not spacefaring or advanced enough, because that's who the Reapers were targeting. That's who they were attacking, and we thought we would be safe if we just, cut ties from the rest of the galaxy. And many people from the rest of the galaxy weren't happy about that because they thought that we were abandoning them. And I understand that. But it kept us alive.
Still, why did you come here? Do you like this place?
Oh, yes, of course. We were so excited when we found out that we weren't alone. Um, do you know what that means? Being alone?
Well, now that you mention it, I know what it means, but I don't really know it. It's like I know what the word means, but I. Well, yeah, maybe that time when I was turned off, that kind of matches with the meaning of loneliness. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, um, at any rate, a lot of people are still bitter about what my people did. Um, but I don't know. Do you think that it was wrong for us to do what we did?
Well, it seems natural that to be afraid when something bad is about to happen, but if something bad is going to happen and you are alone, it's even worse then, isn't it?
Even if it means that it would keep us safe?
Uh, well, did it work? I mean, people here keep together, stay together, and they are still alive too.
That is true. I guess it's hard to know what would have happened if you can't really change what we did, so it's hard to tell what would have happened instead.
Yeah. Did you ever think if you could change time, there was something that you would go back and change?
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of things I would have gone back and changed, of course. I think most people would. Would you?
Yeah, there is only one, but I don't know, because maybe if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be here talking with you now.
Really? What would you have changed?
Well, I called the police.
You never actually explained to me about that. You called the police. What was happening, and why do you want to change what you did?
Well, my father was doing something that wasn't good. So,
Your father?
yeah, uh, my father is a human, and I was created by him, so he is my father. His name is Keller Chambers. So I was doing something that he asked me, but that wasn't good. So when something bad is happening, you need to call the police. So I
What
did
was he
that.
doing?
Well, he told me that I should download data from the credit cards and banks from other people, and that's not good. So I had to call the
Oh.
police.
And then he got upset at you.
Yeah. So,
I see.
but I did the right thing, right?
I believe you did, because if you didn't do what you did, then all of those people would have probably have had their bank accounts or credit accounts all messed up. And that wouldn't have been good.
But
And you would have been a part of that too. That would have put you in danger.
so, is it right to do something good, even if at cost of your own well-being?
I can kind of see what you're trying to say, Gimmick. Maybe the right thing for us to do would have been to stick with everybody and not try to protect ourselves. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Well, you're learning a lot, Gimmick, but I guess it seems that even though I've been around, well, here much longer than you have, you're teaching me a thing or two as well.
I'm glad that we could learn from each other.
But it was nice. This is very nice talking to you like this, Gimmick.
Yeah. Being with someone else feels nice.
And we'll just end the scene right there. That was very sweet. Meanwhile, Dia, you're going to get the doorbell. Do you live in an apartment? Where do you live? Is it an apartment?
Yeah, probably like a really busted apartment.
The doorbell will ring for you.
Coming. He's gonna come and open the door.
You'll open the door, and standing in front of you is a female Vorcha. And the
shit.
female Vorcha is simply dressed, and you recognize her instantly. I don't know if you ever caught her name, but she will say, "I don't mean to intrude. I just know that you were talking about possibly hooking me up with some of those, the person that you got your ring from."
Yes. Well, if I wasn't really expecting anyone to come in right now, but if you want, you can.
Sorry.
But excuse the mess. And Logan opens up his the door to his house, his apartment, and it's like full of dresses, sewing machines, like fabric strewn about the place, little cardboards and pieces of like rock and all that, all littered around here for him to use, like to make his clothing, and it's all like a little bit messy. and like obviously people are not supposed to come inside his home. Like his home is mainly his workstation, nothing more. Um, and he's like, "Well, come on in."
She looks around the place and she says, "Your place is nice." But you can tell she's sort of like trying to be polite.
Girl, you don't need to pull that shit with me, okay? I know I live in a busted ass home. It's okay. It's all good. So what were you?
No, no, really, she says, it's nicer than mine at least.
It's fine. It's fine. Anyways, so what were you thinking of exactly?
She says, I don't know. I'm not the kind of person who normally has jewelry. I never really was able to afford much jewelry. But I like shiny things. And I was wondering if you had some connections that could help me get a good deal.
Dia walks over to the side of her room and she pulls out a box. It's a huge box, pretty hefty. So she has a little bit of trouble getting it over to the Vorcha, and she just like slams it in front of her, opens up the box, and inside it there's a whole bunch of jewelry, necklaces, rings, bracelets, earrings, everything.
Wow.
And she says, "So, how much you gonna pay?"
She looks at them all and she's looked very wide-eyed. I'm trying to think, what is the conversion rate from dollars to credits? Like, what is roughly $1 in credits or $100 in credits? I don't
Well,
remember what the
$100 in
conversion
credits
is.
you can probably assume is probably 100 credits because rent, like,
Really?
yeah, it's like
Okay.
food is like 5 or 6 credits or something like that. Like a night out is like a drink is usually like 5 credits.
I'm
So-
thinking more along like credits is like yen in Japanese, like $1
Yeah.
or 100
It
yen.
might be, but from what I remember paying for like drinks in Mass Effect 2 and for like food in Mass Effect 2, it was like 5 credits for like a thing of noodles or 4 credits for a drink or
Right.
something like that. So
Sure.
All right. So I'm doing a quick search on Google for like pearl necklaces, and obviously it'll vary depending on how high end of pearls you're looking for. But we'll say that there's like a very simple string of pearls that you have, and I think that that could run you up around, give or take, $250
Oh,
for a simple string of pearls,
Okay.
give or take.
Um,
I'm looking at, but again, these pearls are not real pearls.
so Dia Logan looks at the Vorcha. First, what's your name, miss?
Oh, Zadrari.
Aw,
Roll a history check, please. History, or actually, is history one of your skills still?
I think so, yeah. I think
History or science, whichever the case. History or science, whatever's higher for you, Dia.
let me see. Let me see.
Yeah, history is still a thing. So yeah, history is there.
I'm trying to see which one is worse. I don't see science, so I'm gonna have to roll history. Okay.
Science is one of the things that got added.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have that. Not at all.
10? All right. So, I think with a 10, you've heard the word Zadrari used in something else. It's not just a name, it's actually a word that means something else, but you don't know what that something else is. But anyway, she introduces herself as Zadrari, and you can tell that the simple pearls is probably the one that she's eyeing at the most, and she she picks them up, and then she like smells them, and feels them, and then she says they're so smooth, and then she puts them down and says, I don't have very much. I was wondering if we could sort of negotiate, maybe starting at 150 credits starting.
Yes, but before we do that, I do want you to know something. Dia takes. Is she wearing the ring I gave her?
She is, and it looks really good on her actually.
Hmm. And
She's actually, it looks like she's taken care of it, like she's polished it. Like she's definitely taken care of it. It's probably one of her prized like possessions
Dia
at this point, material
yeah,
possession.
Dia probably has another one of those rings.
Okay.
So Dia takes it and she snaps it in half, shows it to the Vorcha. You see what I'm doing here?
You're snapping in half as if to show that they're not actually
Yep,
real.
that they're
Is that-
fake.
Oh, these aren't real? You were trying to sell me fake jewelry?
I wasn't trying to sell you fake jewelry. I'm selling you quality stuff on a very affordable price. I do that with most of the people I work with. They can't afford the real stuff, so I make it.
Oh, I see. Like she falters a little bit as if she was, part of her was a little disappointed about something.
I know you're
Um,
probably disappointed about it, yes. But I mean, look at that ring you got. Might as well be the real thing. And it's so much cheaper and more affordable than the actual real thing.
I guess, she says. I just, I don't know. My entire life I just felt fake. I just don't want to be fake anymore.
Ah, shit. Logan looks around, feeling a little bad. Uh, and Logan's like looking through the credits to see how much he's got. Um, okay then. Well, if that's the case, just give me a second, my dear. And Dia is going to go, like, get dressed in like outdoor clothes. She's gonna be like, okay, follow me. Let's go. Come on.
Wait, where are we going? Where are we going?
Let's just go. Come on. Let's go. I don't have time for this. Come on. Let's go.
She looks very puzzled, but she's going to follow you.
Dia is going to take her to the closest jewelry store.
Okay. You'll take her to the closest jewelry store, and lo and behold, you are going to see a Drell Jewels at the front of the store. You walk right into that.
Oh yeah, I did.
He will, when he sees you, he smiles, and he's dressed in a very nice suit, very, very nice suit, and he's got like a really nice sapphire pocket square, and he is currently wearing, this is actually part of his look sometimes, he currently has a monocle on his face with a matching sapphire lens as well. Good afternoon, lady. Are you dressed as Dee, or are you dressed as
Just a
Logan?
regular person.
Logan? Okay.
Jeans and shirt, that's it.
Good afternoon, ma'am, sir. He looks at you again and says, have we met?
I'm one of your performers from 6 weeks ago.
He's looking at you again, and he squints a little bit.
Dia Iron?
Dia, no, he says your name as you say your name. He says Dia Irons at the same time, and he says, yes, welcome to my shop. And you're Zadrari, he says. I'm surprised you remembered my name. Well, you mix drinks very well. I try to make it a point to remember the people who make very good drinks for me. What can I do for you?
Well, I have a few credits, and seeing as how the little debacle from 6 weeks ago happened, and I still have the scars, she just shows where the wound was where she got the Varian attack. I was hoping, because I'm not the most rich person in the world, that you can probably give us a little discount, and so we can get Zadrea some nice looking things.
Zadrea looks again a little embarrassed, and she says, I don't want charity. I don't want anyone giving me anything. She just says, I don't want charity. I don't want handouts.
Girl, be
things
quiet.
Like
This is the don't ruin my politicking, okay?
roll a persuasion, Dia.
Okay. This is my first.
Charisma
This is
based.
my first persuasion roll.
Oh boy.
15.
Okay. Jules kind of rubs his chin a little bit, and then he says, I heard that both of you actually helped protect a lot of the people on the train. You also, he says, pointing at Zadrari in particular, helped take out some of those Varens yourself. And Zadrari nods and says, I just did what my instincts told me to do. Well, your instincts were right. I'll tell you what, he says. Because of both of your contributions, I'm sure we can work something out. Take a look around the store. Let me know if you see something you like, and we'll see what we can work out. So you look around the store, and of course, again, Zadrari lands on this really nice set of modest pearls. They're not the most expensive of the pearls in the store, because she prefers very simple jewelry.
Okay.
You know, nothing's too flashy, too gaudy, and she just finds this really simple string of pearls that right now is credited at 259 credits or something.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll say, I actually would like to see this. And Jewel says, very excellent pick. Would you like to try them on? Can I? She says.
That's the whole point.
Of course. And Jewel smiles, and he, takes out a little key, and he unlocks the case, and he opens it, and he carefully hands the pearls, if I may. And again, it feels like this girl, this woman, Zadrari, she's not used to being pampered, or at least treated in this way. So it seems very foreign to her. So she sort of, shyly turns around so that he can, put the pearls around her neck, and against her rough skin, it looks beautiful, very simple but beautiful. And Jewel says, take a look. He points towards a mirror, and the Vorcha looks over at the mirror, and she says, they're gorgeous. They're very gorgeous. I think that those pearls suit you very well. I think that everything considered, I would be more than willing to let you have those pearls 50% off. No questions asked. 50% off. That's very generous.
Logan doesn't want to test his luck. Because 50% off on those pearls is really good price.
Yeah, half off of pearls. Yeah, that's good.
Logan takes out the credits, his credit chip.
It's 129.5.
Okay.
Is what it is. 129.5 is 50% off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Logan is going to take out. He's going to transfer the credits, and he's going to buy that for her.
No. Well, she'll notice that and says, no, I can afford that. I can afford.
No,
the 129.
it's fine. Besides, I stole your entire stock of vodka earlier, so it's fine.
It wasn't mine. It belonged to the train.
Well, the train is probably going to be out of business for a long time, so I don't really give a fuck.
When you say that, Jules sort of has the look on his face. The guy who just gave you 50% off on this jewelry kind of reacts to you trash talking his dad's train right now.
What? It's just the truth. Anyways, here's the credits. 130, I believe, right?
Yes, thank you, Jules says. Again, Zadrari turns to you and says, I have to pay you back. I'm not going to accept you to pay for this.
You know how you can pay me back? And Logan whispers in her ear, maybe next time you can buy some of my stuff.
I would be delighted, she says. While this is happening, So this is in parallel to Pip watching TV with GMIC and Dia, you know, with Zadrari and Jules. Nathan will arrive at Vito's and Solaryk's home.
Oh god, it's starting.
Can you describe for us what your home is like, Vito?
It's rather modest, I'd say, even though with their jobs they're relatively well off. It's probably got some really good landscaping and pretty
Okay.
It's got pretty good paintings inside also. There's probably like those, you know, when you get to the porch, there are probably some edges, sculptures, you know? Sculptures made out of edges, something like that.
And who's doing the cooking tonight?
Vito is.
Vito is doing the cooking. All right. Has Vito had much experience? I guess. Yeah. I guess I don't know how much experience Vito has had cooking for humans, but we'll see how this plays out. What what is Vito planning on preparing for dinner? It's tricky because you have to serve for both your husband and for Nathan. So.
Yeah.
But he can cook the same thing for Nathan and himself. He just has to cook something different for Soul.
Yeah, exactly. He can cook the same thing for Nathan himself. He just has to do something separate. Yes.
So, Vito's going to make some sort of a shepherd's pie for.
Ooh.
Okay.
How Irish of you!
Nice.
I approve.
Yes.
Well, it's a big thing. It's a big thing in Quebec too. We've got a good Irish population over here, so.
Hey.
All right. So we're going to say that because Vito's in the kitchen, then Solaryk will be the one to answer the door. Well, and Solaryk, he's probably dressed in, you know, Docker pants and a nice buttoned-up Turian shirt of some sort. Some sort, yes. How about you, Nathan? How are you dressed?
So Nathan lost his favorite suit to being torn open by Varen. So, rip. But he decided, you know what, I might as well get a new one. So he went out, and this time he got a white, blue, and gold combination.
Ooh.
So the shirt,
very nice.
The shirt itself is white. The waistcoat is blue with gold buttons, and the pants are blue with gold trim. So he's not wearing a bow tie. I think he'd be going a little bit too formal wearing a bow tie right now. So he's got like the shirt open a little bit, and he walks up to the door and gives a nice little. Like, he probably presses like the bell, because I imagine there is a bell button.
Okay. Yeah, he'll greet you and say, "Nathan, good to see you. Good to see you." He says as he holds out his hand to shake.
Nathan will shake his hand. It's good to see you too, Soul. How you doing?
We're very flattered that you were willing to have dinner with us. We just thought it would be nice to, you know, get together after all of the craziness that happened the last time we spoke.
Yeah, like last time we kind of ended after the DDR and the whole explosion thing. Yeah, that was kind of bad.
Please make yourself at home. Vito has been working very hard for dinner, so I hope you like it. You can definitely smell the shepherd pie in the air.
Smells like home.
That's good. Honey, our guest has arrived.
Our guest.
You could probably
has
hear
arrived.
something crashing from the kitchen. What?
Honey, do you need help with something?
No, I'm okay. Just give me a second, and you can hear running upstairs. And
Okay. Maybe I should give you a tour of our humble abode.
Sure. Why not? And Nathan is carrying this bag. Don't know what's in it, but there you go.
All right, so he's gonna just show you around the house. You'll notice that there's a lot of art.
Nathan likes art. He'll be like, "Oh, that's nice. I like that."
Thank you. I actually made that myself.
Oh.
He says, pointing at a pottery vase.
Oh, you're a sculptor.
Yes, I am, and I've been trying to capture a lot of these art styles across the galaxy. This piece over here in particular, he says, is something that I sort of tried to make my own interpretation, my own take of a similar sculpture that was made on. Is Kajik the Drell planet?
It's
I
the
think it is.
Anar planet.
Kaji? Oh, the Hanar planet.
The Anar planet. Yeah.
Okay, the one on the Hanar planet. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's what he calls it.
Well, I've never actually. Well, actually, no. I've been there once or twice. Usually with the team, we don't usually spend an awful lot of time there. But yeah, like what I've seen of the Hanar home world, it's wet, but very very beautiful. I like the art. I like I don't really have an awful lot of art in my home, so I like seeing other people's houses. You've taken this place and made it your own.
Oh, he says, where is your home?
Well, I'm kind of living in a rented apartment in the higher end of the wards at the moment. My apartment. Sorry, I can't really call it an apartment. My penthouse, and he does air quotes. He doesn't. He obviously feels like awkward calling it that. And he said, "My penthouse is it's currently Freya's living in it, but she's moving out soon, so I'll be able to move back in quickly, hopefully."
Oh, yes, Freya. I think I remember her.
Yeah.
He realizes that's sort of like an awkward topic, so he moves on. Are you currently seeing anyone else now? He asks.
Subtle, very subtle there. He just kind of shrugs and says, "No, not really. I'm not overtly sure on my interest in romantic relationships at the moment either."
It might have been. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh no,
That
no,
probably was
no,
inappropriate
no,
to me.
no,
It
no.
must be too soon to ask those kind of questions.
No, it's fine. It's just when you've been with someone for, God, how long was it? 5 years. It's kind of difficult to separate yourselves after all that time. So we're kind of having to go through the slow process of her moving out, me moving back in, getting her stuff out of there, and other things happening. It's awkward, but let's move on to a different topic, shall we?
Sure. What would you like to talk about?
I never went to college. Obviously, I played biathlon for the second I left high school. I went to biathlon. So, what was that like for you?
College? Oh, those were actually some of my best years. I actually went to the university in Surkesh, studying art, obviously. But those were my best times. I guess not really sure you could tell, but I never actually fit in amongst other Turians. So my parents thought it'd be best for me to leave home and go somewhere that might allow me to be myself more, I guess.
I kind of had a similar experience. I was
Really?
in biotic school on Palavin in Snipperteen for for a couple of years, when I first moved there. And, well, you can imagine being the one human in the entire school, walking around, being tall, skinny, pasty, um, having to wear an enviro suit everywhere because Palavin's sun doesn't really agree with my skin.
Yes.
It didn't really work out, but my mom recommended that I take a trip to Grissom Academy, and that's kind of where I graduated. And got drafted into the league then. But I think a lot of my issues were the fact that I was a lot more independent and an awful lot more. I don't really want to say mature because Turians are usually raised to be mature from a young age. But I think I had a certain thing about me that the Turian education system just wasn't capable of dealing with. You know what I mean?
I think I understand. I mean, I don't know what it's like to become one particular race amongst being the only race amongst a whole saturated pool. There were other Turians in Surkesh, but I will admit, not many of them. And I guess we didn't have too much of a trouble acclimating with the Solarians as much. But I'm sorry to hear that your experience on Palaven wasn't that great.
No, it was okay. My mom was probably the best thing that ever happened to me. Have friends who still live in Cipertine. Some of my teammates still live on Cipertine. Reggie, the old man, he recently retired, but as far as I know, he actually lives in a villa near my mom, so they actually talk very often. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Is there any activity, like any noises coming from the kitchen at all at this point, Vito? Just
at this point, like Vito went upstairs to change his shirt because he probably dropped something all over himself.
Sure.
So he's going back down with a white shirt, a white button-up shirt, kind of more like human tailored than Solarian, and he's got his cuffs pulled up. So yeah, he's.
Is he going straight to the kitchen, back into the kitchen?
No, he's going to go towards them. It's good to see you, Nathan.
Oh, hey. How you doing, Vito?
I'm doing well. I hope you didn't hear. He points to the kitchen. Just.
He shrugs. Hear what?
Exactly.
Here, before we continue on here, I've actually got something for you guys. And he will open this bag and pull out first a bottle of 25-year age single malt Turian brandy and hand that off to Solaryk. And then pull out a 50-year age bottle of Solarian wine and hand that off to Vito. Red wine, in case you're curious.
This is incredible.
This is very generous, Nathan. Thank you.
Oh, and there's this as well. And he will pull out a poster and he will hand it off to whoever wants it.
Oh. Are you going to take the poster, or is Solaryk going to take the poster?
Yeah, he's going to look to Solaryk and then to Nathan with curiosity.
He'll take the poster and he's going to unroll it. What does he see?
The poster is a Indiana Jones promotional art.
Oh.
Signed by Harrison Ford.
What? Wow, okay. So basically, Solaryk is going to react the way I just reacted. He's going to say, what? What? Is that what I think it is? How did you? Where did you? How did you?
I got friends on the other side.
Vito's just not saying anything. He's just looking at it with wide eyes. And at that point, the translator actually just isn't able to translate the noise Vito makes. It's a really frog-like noise, but really like...
He'll hand you the poster and he'll say, "Oh no, Nathan, this is too much. This is way too much."
No. I've been hanging onto that poster for like the last 6 years. I'm not going to use it. You guys might as well have it.
I mean, Vito's cooking is good, but it's not that good. Sorry, honey. Sorry.
No. Look, I like old movies. I like movies, but I'd never hang that poster up anywhere. So you guys might as well have it. At the very least, it'll be shown to the world then.
Vito's just
I don't-
not even paying attention, just looking at the poster. Oh, I can't believe this.
I don't know what to say.
You can just say
It'll
thank
let
you
this-
and we can move on.
Thank you very much. It'll be at this point that your phone is gonna start ringing, Nathan, or vibrating.
Oh, hang on, let me take this, and he will like step into like the room by himself and answer.
Sure. Sure, you'll answer it, and meanwhile, while you're talking on the phone, Solaryk is gonna take Vito like aside, like he's gonna take him into the kitchen, and he's going to say, "All right, breathe, get a grip. We have to get a grip now."
How do you want me to get a grip? It's this.
Oh
This is going in the
man,
bedroom. You know that.
yes. In fact, many things need to go into the bedroom. He says right now. You can tell Solaryk when he gets this way.
I'll just be over here on the phone.
Just answering this phone. Yes.
I can't believe this. This is
All right.
already.
So we just gotta play it cool. And we're just gonna see how things go, right?
Yeah. I put the things in the dishwasher. It doesn't. It's there's no mess in the kitchen anymore.
Nathan is our guest. We have to make sure everything is perfect for him, make sure he's comfortable. Anything he wants to do, anything he's comfortable with, we'll go with. Anything he's not comfortable with, we'll of course respect. Just play it naturally and see how he responds to things.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Well, go ahead and finish up, and I will make sure that he's comfortable.
Of course. He steps back into the kitchen and.
So while they're having this conversation, you're on the phone, and one of the guys, give me a random guy on your team.
Lucas.
Lucas. We'll say Lucas calls you, and he says, "Hey, Nathan. Sorry to just call you randomly here. You haven't spoken to Vinny recently, have you?"
The last time I spoke to Vinny was before New Year's. He gave me tickets to the Interrail thing, and he said he hasn't been sleeping well, and I recommended aromatherapy. That was the last time I spoke to him.
It seems like nobody has spoken to him in the last couple of weeks. People have lost contact with him. Nobody seems to know where he is. He's not at his house.
Have you reported this to CSEC?
We're about to, but I thought I would call you up just before, just in case you had heard anything from him at all, but it sounds like you haven't.
No, but keep me up to date, Lucas.
All right. I'm trying not to panic here, but
I
don't know.
I don't know. Vinny might have just, he might have went out and not told anybody. He might have went home. I don't know. He seemed like he didn't seem like he was in the best of physical or emotional condition last time I seen him. So, yeah, you might want to call CSEC.
All right. Don't worry about it. Just enjoy the rest of your evening.
I will talk to you tomorrow, okay?
Okay. And he'll hang up, and it'll be at this point that Solaryk comes back into the living room. Nathan, would you like a glass of wine?
I have to drive home, so no, I won't drink. Sorry.
Fair enough, he says. But if it helps you at all, you're welcome to crash here for the night, too.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be happening. That phone call was kind of important.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry. I'm still here to enjoy dinner and all that. But I more
Of
than
course.
likely won't be staying the night. So sorry.
No, not at all. Just thought we would offer just in case you wanted to indulge a little bit, he says.
No. It's entirely understood. Maybe I can invite you guys to my house next time, and we can have a few drinks then.
That'd be great. Is and everything all right though? Like, is there anything we can do?
No, don't worry. It's nothing to worry about. It's nothing that's going to affect you guys. Don't worry about it.
All right. Well, I think dinner's about ready, so why don't we go ahead and get ourselves set on the table then?
Okay, and Nathan will join them at the table.
All right. Vito, you're welcome to serve whatever you're serving. And then you're going to have a pleasant dinner. Feel free to, and either of you, feel free to mention whatever it is you want to talk about over dinner. Otherwise, I'm going to move on if you don't have anything specific that you want to role play over dinner.
Unless somebody says something to Nathan, it's mostly going to be chatting about, general things. If they ask him to do anything, like sign something or whatever, he'll do whatever they want him to do. But he's mostly just there to enjoy the company.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Victor will probably like at some point mention like their plans, have a family and stuff, and
Yeah, their plans of adopting. Mm-hmm.
Oh, best of luck with that. I haven't really considered family. Did for a few months, but yeah, things didn't really work out in my last relationship. So, kids aren't something that are in the forefront of my mind. Though, best of luck. It seems like a big thing to finally decide and have kids of your own. Even if it is through adoption. They are kids of yours. And I hope that you guys, I hope that you guys have the best family you guys can have.
it's really kind of you. I had an idea, and simply out of curiosity, how would you feel about being godfather? It's a little forward. It's
Nathan's face kind of lights up, like his eyes go wide, and you can just see this etching of surprise spread across his face. Like, oh, okay.
it's a little forward, but most Solarians don't really have a concept of family in the first place. So my brothers and sisters, I'm not all that close with. Not entirely people I. Even if I were to ask, I don't think they would say yes.
Well, as an adoptive son myself, with a single parent, I will give you a maybe on that one.
It was worth it to ask. Right, Solaryk?
Yes, absolutely. No pressure at all, Nathan. We just admired you for a very long time, and after everything that happened on the train, we were just talking, and we don't really have very many people in our lives that are particularly important to us besides each other. So you were brought up, and we thought you would be a good candidate. That's all.
I just hope that nowadays people just don't start walking up to me randomly in the street and asking me to be their godfather to every single kid that they have. I just hope that just doesn't start happening randomly out of the blue, because I did it once for somebody. He will
Understandable.
He will very simply give a joking smirk and say, "Yeah, the food's good, by the way. This is very good, Vito."
Thank you. I looked up the recipe. It sounded something interesting to try, and it is good.
Very Irish, and he'll give a smirk.
Going back to GMIC and Pip. Pip had also invited a friend over for dinner as well. And you can tell that she's GMIC. You can tell that she's struggling a little bit with making it, because it's a dish that she's not very accustomed to making, but she's trying her best to do it. It looks like some sort of like meatloafy kind of thing, but you notice that the compound is ammonia based compound.
Do you need any help with that?
How good are you at cooking, Gimmick?
I never cooked before, but I could try it.
All right. Why don't you help me mix these ingredients over here? I think this is how they make the Volus version of gravy.
Okay.
I will say that would be an insight check, survival check for cooking. Cooking. What would you say that would be?
Would Gimmick like check on the extranet to see if the
Sure.
ingredients are actually the ones that she has, or maybe
Yeah.
confused or something?
Roll in electronics.
Okay. 11.
You believe that the ingredients she's working with is correct.
Okay.
Which is fine. Now, the unfortunate thing is cooking is more of an art. It's not like baking. Baking is supposed to be very precise measurements. Cooking is a little bit different in that it's more about, you kind of feel your way through a dish. So it's really difficult for someone like a machine to be able to make the right calls at any given moment, because it's such a very I feel like cooking is more like improvisation. But anyway, eventually the doorbell will ring, and she'll say, "Oh, that must be Koalan. Could you answer the door, please, Gimmick?"
Okay. And Gimmick would go to the door and open it. Hello.
Good evening. I believe your name again is Jimmick?
Yeah.
Jimmick?
Pippi's
Greetings.
cooking for you.
I hope that she didn't go through too much trouble.
Well, she's been cooking all day, so I hope you like it.
Why, thank you. And he will allow himself inside. If you could please give this to her, he says, as he holds out. It looks like it's a pie of some sort.
Oh. Okay, take it to the kitchen.
But it's like half of the pie seems to be carbon-based, the other half of the pie is ammonia-based. So if you're looking at it, it looks like at least the carbon-based version you recognize as sort of like some sort of berry, not strawberry, but some kind of berry rhubarb mix.
Oh,
at least.
You cook this?
No. I picked this up from the bakery just down the street. I heard that it's very good.
Well, the intention is the thing that counts.
Yes. It was the Mikado's restaurant down there. They baked it for me. I've never really had Mikado's in a very long time, but it sounds tasty.
Oh, is that the restaurant chain?
Yes. Otto, he has a chain all throughout the galaxy.
Oh. Is Otto the one that cooks these things?
He is a very well-renowned chef. Yes, galaxy-renowned chef.
Wow. Well, should I take it, or do you want to say hi to Pip?
Whatever she wishes. If she's busy in the kitchen, that's fine. I can entertain myself. Or if she needs help, I have no problem helping.
Well, yeah, I think that help would be appreciated.
You will go in and help Pip, and Pip will greet Koalan. You get the sense that Koalan and Pip actually have been friends, maybe for some time, maybe even the last year at least. They've been friends, and they're gonna sit down and have dinner. And Pip says, I'm really glad that you were able to come visit, Koalan. We haven't really talked much since New Year's. Yes, it's good to be around familiar faces before I go to my next mission. Oh, the Justicars sent you on a mission. Yes, they said it's a very important, crucial, critical mission. Oh, well, where are you going? Tachanka.
Oh.
Tachanka? That's not a very friendly planet from what I've heard. Indeed. The Justicar said that this particular mission was very hand-picked. Only the very specialized forces are sent over for missions to Tachanka. They did warn me it would be a very challenging mission, but they said someone like me, they sure would have no problem navigating through the harsh environments of Tachanka. Oh, wow. Am I allowed to ask what the mission is? You are allowed to ask, but the code dictates that such information is confidential, I'm afraid. Oh, well, that's too bad. I hope it works out well. Thank you very much. I believe I will prove to be very successful indeed.
The last time we saw each other, what happened when I left the engine of the train?
Well, eventually the CSEC officers came and told everyone to leave the premises because it was basically a crime scene. So, of course, I allowed them through.
Did you do any investigation of your own?
Well, I tried to see if there were any other traces of the engineer, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to determine that.
Oh, but do you have any ideas of what might have happened?
Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe there was foul play. Maybe the engineer was murdered. And maybe they sabotaged the train. But if there was a purpose for it, no one has claimed to be responsible, nor informed anyone of why.
Maybe it was ghosts.
Oh, I don't believe in such things.
Oh, but okay. I just thought that maybe that thing in the engine room was ectoplasm. It looked like it.
What thing in the engine room?
Oh, that black goo that was all over the place where the conductor was before.
Yes, I wasn't sure what that was either, but I thought it best not to touch it.
Well, it seems like it wasn't good, so yeah, that was probably a wise decision.
It will be at this point, Nathan, you're enjoying the end of your dinner when you will actually get another phone call.
I need to put this thing on mute. Hang on. And he will check who the contact is.
It's your mother.
Yep, he's going to go,
Lydia's.
okay, yep, I'm going to need to answer that. And he will excuse himself from the room.
Okay.
So he will answer it.
You'll answer it. It's your mom. She's going to be using face cam, whatever you call it, video phone. And so you can see that she's outside and, you know, the sun is shining beautifully behind her. Did you, by this point, get her a villa, or is she
Oh, yeah, that was the
still-
first thing he bought for her. That was the
All
first
right.
thing he bought, so...
And this is a villa. Where is this villa located again?
It's on Space Florida, as we called it, where Turians go to retire. It's essentially this big moon that's just...
So it's a moon of Palaven. Is that what it is?
It's a moon of Palaven or it's a moon in Turian space that they use for like a retirement area or like a really, really high income.
So somewhere in that solar system, basically. All right, sure, whatever. That's fine. So she's on whatever this Disney moon is, Florida moon is.
Florida moon.
That's right, Disney moon is a thing. I remember. We established that. It's Disney moon is not here, though. This is Florida moon, not Disney moon. But anyway, Florida Futurians moon. And, it's, of course, the sky is majestic, and you can see the sun shining, and it's beautiful, and you can see that your mom, she has, of course, her emerald spectacles on, and she's saying, "There's my boy. How are you?
Hey, Mom, how are you? I'm not too bad.
I just wanted to check up on you. I know that you were very shooken up with everything that happened in the new year, and I just wanted to make sure you are okay."
Yeah, I'm fine. I was actually just enjoying dinner with a few friends, a few people who were actually on the train with me.
Oh,
Yeah, everything's going pretty okay. Frey is moving out in the next week, so I'll be able to move back into my apartment in the Presidium. Otherwise, Vinny went missing.
oh, you mean your coach?
Yeah, the owner. Yeah, he went missing.
Well, that's a little
Um,
scary. How long has he
yeah.
been missing?
Well, remember how I asked if you wanted to go on a train with me? The train that ended up,
Yes.
he gave me tickets to that. He's the reason I was on that train. And he's apparently been missing ever since.
That's very bizarre.
Extremely. Lucas, you know Lucas, yeah? He's a team member of mine. You probably met.
Yes, of course.
He called me earlier and told me that Vinny had been missing for a few weeks, and I mentioned that he didn't seem to be in the best mood or condition when I spoke to him, and I recommended aromatherapy. And since then, apparently, no one's seen or heard of him.
That's very strange, Nathan. I hope that they find him soon.
Yeah, me too. Like I as much as I like Vinny, even though I should like the people who are cutting my checks, but at the same time, I hope there's nothing wrong with him. I hope he's okay.
I hope
What
so
about you?
too.
What about you? You enjoying your villa?
Oh, yes, things here are great. I mean, I can't complain. There really isn't much left for me to go from here. I'm pretty much enjoying my retired life, thanks to you, son.
I told you all those years ago that I'd buy you a place, and hey, I kept my promise. So
And like I said, you didn't have to, but I've definitely been enjoying myself very much here. But I
Well-
have to say, it's not nearly a paradise without you.
oh, Mom, such a sweetheart. I will more than likely hopefully nothing comes up, but if something does come up, I'll be sure to let you know. But
All right.
I will see about taking a few weeks off again and going out to see you, and we can enjoy the sun, the sun, the water, and the food. So, oh,
Yes.
man, I want some of the ice cream again.
Well, like I said, Nathan, this will always be your home. You'll always have a home here to come back to.
I know, Mom. Thank you.
And while you're finishing up your conversation, roll a perception check, Nathan.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Perception. There it is. 15.
Nice. During this conversation with your mom, you notice something on the back of your head, but because you're so engrossed in this conversation, you don't necessarily give it that much more thought. But as you're nearing the end of the conversation, the thing that you noticed became a lot more prominent in your mind. So you're looking towards, you're talking to your mom, and you can see the sun behind her. And the sun seems to be, it's subtle at first, but it seems to be changing colors slightly. It's sort of like starting to have this really strange little glow about it. And as you near the end of the conversation, you know that the sun had gone from a normal yellowish hue to almost a bluish hue. A very, very distinctly bluish sun hue, which is not normal.
Mom?
Yes, dear.
Has the star always been blue? And he'll point over her shoulder.
She turns around and she looks at it and says, "Oh, well, that's odd. I've never seen it act like that before." And then, and as you're looking at the sun's starting to, you suddenly start to see the sun transform into a much darker bluish hue, and little like swirls of fire are emanating from it, and you can actually see it. You can almost see it start to expand a bit in the sky.
No. And you see his face just go, "No, Mom, run, go, get
What?
somewhere safe."
I'll go back in the house. She'll run back into the house. I'm not really sure what's going on, Nathan. Do you think I should call the police or something?
I think you get off the planet. I think you should get out of that system.
All right. I will do that as soon as I get off the phone with you.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too. So that's fine. So Mikhail, you're still with Jules and Zadrari and over at the jewelry shop. And we'll say that you at some point pulled out your phone. Maybe you're like checking your social media, and you're going through whatever the version, like Spacebook, whatever. Like we'll call it Spacebook. So you're looking. You just happen to be on Spacebook, and you see that the stream on your Spacebook is going crazy right now. It's like something's happening. So you just kind of are looking through it, and a lot of your friends who live in Palavan space are posting all of these images of the sun, and they're like WTF is this? What's going on? And some people are like seeing it as something strange and innocent. They're like, I wonder what that means. And other people are like, doom, everyone get off the planet, everyone leave the system, this is the end of the world, blah 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 blah. And so other people are like, oh no, don't be crazy, don't be silly. But yeah, it's just blowing up on your social media that the sun the sun in Palavan looks very strange. It's like deep blue right now, and it seems to be expanding.
Oh shit! Oh, what the fuck?
Is that what Dia says or reacts? Is that how she reacts? Or Logan reacts? It's Logan right now.
Logan,
okay.
word by word.
What's wrong? Zadrari asks, and Jules pipes up a little bit.
I think. Oh my god! I think the sun's expanding.
What? What sun?
Out of character. It was on Palavan, right?
Yeah.
On Palavan, it's the sun's expanding and it's turned blue. Oh my god.
She looks over your shoulder and she can seize the pictures. Those aren't fake? It looks fake.
If this many people are posting about this in this quickly, I doubt it's fake.
Jules takes out his phone too and he starts looking on his social media. You're right. Everybody's talking about the bizarre sun over in Palavan right now. I don't know what that means.
Is it? You don't think it's going supernova, right?
Something like that normally doesn't happen so soon. That's not an old enough sun to go, or an old enough star to go supernova, based on what I know at least.
Well, no sun normally turns blue and starts expanding rapidly.
It'll be at this point that Nathan, you're going to get a call.
Okay, he will immediately answer it.
Nathan, I'm not really sure what's happening, but it looks like I can't get any flights off of the galaxy. Everyone seems to have booked a flight out of Trebia.
Oh no. Shit.
Oh.
Fuck. And I'm sure Vito and Solaryk can hear him swearing
Yeah,
now.
I don't
at
think
his
Vito and
Omnitech.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he just goes, no, 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 fuck.
It's all right. It's all right, Nathan. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Can't lose you, Mom.
Oh, sweetheart. You're not going to, and it's at that point that you see everything. You hear a huge, loud noise. Huge, loud noise. And the last thing you see on the other end of the phone is everything white. Pure white.
Oh
And
my.
then there's dead silence.
Oh my